Okay, today's video is a technical analysis preparation for tomorrow option expiration, but also the end of the month, end of August trading. So it's going to be a special day. Most likely it's going to be a green day because it is the end of the month, and you may have a quick sell-off at the beginning for September. So next week maybe a quick sell-off because September is a scary month historically. People just have that sentiment that September is a correction month. So, um, yeah, so this is the month of August. So ever since and this is the QQQ, ever since you got that coronavirus scare and retracement, we have more than made up. I mean, look at that. April, May, June, July, August, and September most likely will hit 300, but not until a quick pullback at the beginning of the month. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, we have a quick pullback and it's gonna drive to 300. At least that's my target or my anticipation. Oh, just a daily recap. Everything is looking bullish, even though the VIX. Now they try to get this VIX to run up and engineer the sell-off. Unsuccessful again. The rebels are trying to get whatever they can, but they failed again, unfortunately. But you do have the Qs and the RTH showing a red candle, which would mean probably September you're gonna have a quick pullback in both the Qs and the RTH. The biotech is probably gonna see strength because it is a new month and the biotech has been going down since July 20, July 21. So they haven't been doing anything, but it's turning. At least it's holding flat, which most likely means it's gonna turn. Um, I'm not sure what IWM is gonna do. DIA, SPY. Um, yeah, we need more data on that, but that's not the point. The point is to analyze Amazon and Tesla. But before I do that, I just want to take a look at and this is the monthly, so I don't need that. Okay, so what happened on the VIX? So the VIX was somewhat showing strength at the beginning, and then it tested this VWAP line, and then it started showing more strength. And here is where I guess they chose 12 o'clock because traders were gonna be out. There's gonna be light volume, and so they chose that to start engineering a push on the VIX. And they were pretty successful, in my opinion, as far as getting some scared hands and some programs to not noticing this. So what happened was the Q started to sell off, and here you got the Q selling off because the VIX was pretty much seeing strength. So the Q started selling off, and that triggered pretty much the sell off on Tesla and on Amazon. There's Amazon. Okay, so let's start with Tesla because Tesla most likely is going to be positive tomorrow. It's going to gap up tomorrow. No doubt it's going to gap up. It ended pretty good. Essentially, it went negative slightly on the peak sell off, and let me move this guy to 1 day. So went below. Just a reminder, technical analysis 101. VWAP is the major support line. First line of support. Always go back to VWAP. You see that retracement or that not retracement, but a counter rally, and then another counter rally before it sold off to the secondary support line, which is the 100 EMA. Got below that rally, then went below the 100 EMA to the close, the even line or the previous day close, and penetrated a little bit. They always like to penetrate a little bit. So went below 2150 before the algorithm started to get some buyers, and they engineered a recovery all the way. So it was pretty much flat with the VWAP, and the VWAP is the number one technical analysis line. I don't know how to get this in people's head. If you don't have the VWAP, you are missing out. This VWAP is everything as far as technical analysis. Try to penetrate it, but then go below it, but then it rallied, so it ended at 2240. After market is already back up to 2250, so they're gonna front run it. Obviously, they're gonna front run it. So for the pre-market, you're gonna see this thing probably 2250, and it's gonna gap up. Now, what is it gonna do tomorrow? So it's gonna gap up to 2250. And it's gonna do a quick buying. So they're gonna see some buyers, probably somewhere around here to here. You're gonna see a candle where it's gonna form one of these guys, one of these doji top candle with the wicks, and you're gonna see another one side by side somewhere around here, 22. It's not gonna get to 2300. I can guarantee you that it's not gonna get to 2300. It's gonna be somewhere around here. It's gonna bounce around and it's gonna sell off. So I am gonna target somewhere around 2270 or above. I'm gonna look for that doji top with the wicks, and I'm gonna sell some cars. And I'm gonna sell this week's car, not next week. Okay, the cars will be this week, and it's gonna don't know how far it's gonna go back down. So there's a chance of a smackdown, although the chance of a smackdown, yeah, there's a chance of a smackdown on Tesla tomorrow. So holding the cars will be holding for as far as selling the cars, holding that for a little bit would probably be a good idea because there's always a chance of a smackdown. And when the smackdown hit, the IV curves dropped tremendously. Actually, the IV curve for the puts would go up a lot, but I don't know about the IV for the cars. As far as selling the cars, might buy some puts. Might be a good thing to buy some puts. Maybe not. Maybe just sell the cars. So I'll probably try to sell one or two cars. I typically just only sell one because I'm too chicken to sell two at the time. But I'm anticipating a pullback. If I'm lucky, I'll get a smackdown to somewhere around here. And of course, they're gonna engineer a buyback. Now, a buyback, will I sell the puts for this week or sell the puts for next week? Because what if they do a smackdown? So if I sell it for this week, a smackdown would be pretty dangerous for me to hold. However, if I sell the puts for next week, a smackdown wouldn't be that detrimental, and I could hold those over the weekend for next week. However, if this turned out to be a red candle, there's going to be some more selling next week. If Friday is a red candle, then Monday is gonna have some sell off, and therefore I definitely do not want to hold. The only benefit of selling the puts from next week is maybe hoping for a rally. I gotta think that a little bit more. I may not even sell any puts. It may be smart to not sell any puts. To just be on one side, because let me show you this picture. This is why I lose money on Friday. I lose money because of the Smackdowns. Essentially, the Smackdowns and the sell-off on Friday. Friday they like to engineer something different, and so here is a 7,000 loss Friday afternoon, and they gapped it up. So here's a classic head fake gap up. And then you see this doji candle, and then they just this doji wick, and then they just smack it down. A quick reversal, then more smackdown, and then a flush. This right here is where I lose 7,000 because the IV curve jumps up very heavy on the puts if you're selling puts. So maybe smart to not even sell puts at all. Sure, even if it rally, I mean you can just still be smart not to sell the puts and play the counter trend on the rally by selling the calls. That may be the best play to avoid these type of smackdown. Now, the smackdown will hit pretty early. I don't think after 45 minutes to an hour, I don't think they will hit the smackdown. It's normally within the first 30 minutes to 45 minutes they'll hit. So this will be, let me see, this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's the first 30 minutes, and then this is about 45 minutes. So the smackdowns are typically early in the morning. So if you don't get the smackdown quickly, it's not gonna happen, and then you may be able to sell some puts, especially when if it holds flat or is bouncing around. Um, it may be smart, or it may be small. You might have more confidence, more safety to not worry about the smackdown. The smackdown is essentially how you lose money, how I lose money, because there's just no way to. It's just too violent. I mean, essentially, it's on the boom. It's just on the 1 minute, really fast. The other loss I had, the $4,000 loss, was this head fake Thursday run. So this is a classic. This is similar to what today is, right? A classic strong push, strong push. Um, a sell off on Thursday at close, but still a strong day. Then a head fake bounce, and essentially they just lower low, lower highs, sell off. A technical sell off. This is a technical sell off, lower low, lower high, and then they did a little dump. So this is how you lose money trying to counter trend, selling the puts. But if you sell the puts at the wrong location and you get hit with the dump, like this dump right here, you lose money. So probably best not to sell puts at all and only play selling calls. And even if they rally, you can still sell calls and make a little bit of money on a counter trend. You can still make money on a counter trend if you play it correctly. You just don't make a lot. Now you will make a lot if tomorrow is a down day, a negative day. So I better remind myself to not sell the calls, or at least be pretty safe on, be very cautious on selling the calls, not the calls, the puts. Selling the puts, be cautious on selling the puts, and maybe have tight stops. Um, yeah, if I do play the puts, selling the puts, have tight stops. So that is my expectation for Tesla. Will it get to 2,300? no, it's not gonna get to 2300. There's no possible way it gets to 2300. It'll probably fail somewhere around here, and that will be the high for the day. Even when it gets a bounce, I don't think the bounce will get to 2300. It'll be a lower low, lower high bounce, and more sell off. I think it most likely will be a sell off tomorrow, especially with the afternoon, especially with option expiration, end of the month. Um, yeah, so that would be a trend. If I trend it correctly and sell the cars, should be able to make 3, 4, 5,000 tomorrow. Yeah, if it actually went the opposite way and it's continued to push. Now, how would they could do? They're probably gonna do the push later because they can't do the push in the morning. Too many volumes, too many traders in there, too heavy. So if they're gonna do the push, it's gonna be at 11 o'clock. Somewhere, yeah, 11 o'clock. So if they hold it, if they're gonna hit it for the sale, it's gonna be early and it's gonna be heavy with the Smackdown. Otherwise, if they're gonna push it, I don't think they're gonna push it again. I mean, once they did the push, it's over. This Thursday push and this failure of this push. This is a huge leg down failure of the push. This pretty much invalidated this push, or whoever did this push is gonna be wary of doing it again. They're like, probably let me wait. I'm not gonna do that again. So the push at 11 o'clock is probably not gonna happen. Most likely, you're gonna have sell traders positioning, and then option expiration end of the month. Yeah, looks like 2200 would be the target. 2200 is a good target for the close for option expiration. So 2200 for Tesla. Amazon. Amazon, my favorite stock. So Amazon actually sold off. So oh, wow, I did not know this. This is the first time I look at the chart. So now it's a red candle. Current oscillator is still green. But the next one, if it goes, looks like Amazon is gonna be negative, to be honest. Um, bias negative, bias. Yeah, this sell-off is they engineered the sell-off to kind of front run. Oh, gifts. Yeah, they're gonna front run a sell-off tomorrow. Will it gap up? Most likely, it's gonna gap up, but you know what? I don't even think it's gonna gap up tomorrow, the way this signal is. I think it'll be a pre-market, um, some buying on the pre-market, but then it's gonna start selling off. And I'm thinking the pre-market before the open is gonna be below 3,400. And then what's gonna happen? Um, let me throw in the extended hours. Yeah, so it's gonna be below 3,400, and yeah, it's gonna probably push down right to this level. So that is most likely what's gonna happen. A weaker open and a quick pull down to around this. Probably won't get anywhere around here, and then you're gonna see this tail, this type of call it a doji tail. So it's gonna be here, around here is gonna be a doji tail, and you can sell the puts, but I promised myself not to sell the puts. I said don't sell the puts because it could be a fake kind of, the next signal might be a fake rally and then a smack down. Boom, they hit the Smackdown, you're selling puts, you're gonna lose 2-3,000, just like that. So don't sell puts. but you can't sell the calls right at the open because they might rally it. So Amazon is not an easy play tomorrow. You're gonna have to wait. I guess you can sell the puts and have really tight stop. I don't know. Tricky. It's tricky because it is option expiration. I hate playing in option expiration. So, um, I mean, you just gotta play. I mean, this signal looks like it's gonna go down to 33.55. So 33.50 is the target. Yeah, so you're gonna have to wait. If they don't do the Smackdown, you gotta wait and maybe get back to 3400, and maybe at 3400, I mean maybe this VWAP will go down here somewhere around here. If lucky, it'd be like at 3400 or close to it. Maybe it's gonna go above. They like to overshoot 3400, so maybe it'll be like 34.3, 34.5, maybe even past the VWAP a little bit. Push it slightly above the VWAP before the sell off. So at that point, you can sell some calls. So target a reversal above VWAP, maybe to somewhere around here, 34.8, and then sell the calls on a doji top, or yeah, doji top candle. Sell the calls, and it may just be one of those gradual technical sell-offs. I don't think they're gonna do a Smackdown that late in the game. If they're gonna do the Smackdown, it's gonna be right here where you're gonna have a fast reversal, and then boom, they're gonna smack it down. But you can't play that because there's no way to play for hoping that a Smackdown will hit. There's just no way to play that. Um, you can, I guess, yeah. That's what I'm seeing, and then the end target will probably be 33.50. 33.50. If there's strong buying, it'll be 3400. Although 3400 is so round of a number for option expiration, normally they don't do that. It's gonna be something about like 33.50. 33.50, or if they rally it, 33, 34.25, something like that. 34.50, 34.50. No, no possible way it's gonna be at 34.50. So either 34.25, it's not gonna be 3400, or 33.50 ish, which is perfect, lining up with this 5-day moving average somewhere around here, 33. It won't be perfectly at 33.50, but it'll be like close to it, 33.55 or something. That's the target, 33.55. Yeah. So that's the play. What's the Q gonna do tomorrow? The Q target is gonna be 290 probably, somewhere around there, 290. Sure, why not? I don't know. Doesn't matter what the Q is gonna end up. All I'm gonna play is Amazon and Tesla. Maybe Apple. Let me take a look at Apple. So Apple fell negative, and the McCullough oscillator went negative. So Apple is negative. So this looks like a signal of lower lows, lower highs. Is that what that looks like? No. It's just a weird signal. Down, up, down. Yeah. So 500, they're not gonna end it at 500. So the target will be probably 495. I don't think there's gonna be much of a sell-off on Amazon. They definitely want to make it below this 5-day moving average. they can engineer this to be 495. This would be the 5-day below the 5-day moving average. Therefore, it can be a sell-off for Monday. Perfect leading in if this is a red candle. Yeah, red candle tomorrow ending at 495 would lead into a red candle for Monday, which is a perfect way to scale out all the longs that made so good money this month, and they know it's September. So Monday might be, a retracement to force. If not Monday, then Tuesday would be a retracement to 475. So next week target would be 475. What about next week for Amazon? Hard to say. It's just gonna be at this VWAP. I mean, this 5-day moving average. So that's the play for tomorrow. That's pretty clean analysis, and I need to review this for tomorrow morning so I don't forget. The weird thing is I do these clean analysis, and then for some reason in the morning, right before the game or as I get into the game, I completely forget. Everything I analyze, I completely forget. I don't know why. Um, so these videos helped me to review it tomorrow, and then so I can get my head straight and clear and play the way I should be playing. Okay.